There's no denying that 2018 was an incredible year for video games. With releases like Spider-Man, Red Dead Redemption 2, God of War and Assassin's Creed Odyssey, you'd think it would be almost impossible to top the releases of last year. But that's not the case here. From the looks of it, 2019 could turn out to be another massive year for video games. Year of 5 upcoming games that I believe will be big in 2019. Up first we have Dragon Ball Project Z. Dragon Ball Project Z is an upcoming action RPG game that will recount the story of Dragon Ball Z. The game is being developed by Cyberpunk 2, the same studio who was behind Asura's Wrath and the Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm trilogy. According to a tweet made by Bandai Namco, the story is about determination, despair and hope, and players will discover the story of the mysterious Dragon Balls. The game has no release date yet, but is due sometime in 2019 for PlayStation 4, Xbox One and PC via Steam. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I haven't really played a good Dragon Ball game since Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3, so I'm hoping that Dragon Ball Project Z will finally be the game that exceeds my expectations and blows me away, the same way Budokai Tenkaichi 3 did when it just came out. I do think that Dragon Ball Project Z could be different, maybe because it's an RPG, so it's already doing something different from the traditional Dragon Ball game formula. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Up next we have Outer Worlds. Outer Worlds is an upcoming single-player first-person sci-fi RPG developed by Obsidian Entertainment and published by Private Division. Players will be able to create their own character and will also be able to recruit different NPCs as companions. Co-directors of the game, Tim Kaine and Leonard Boyarsky, describe the game more of a reactive RPG rather than an open world game. During an interview with Game Informer, Tim Kaine said the following: "People think it's more of an open sandbox of a game, like, oh, they're gonna be able to go anywhere on any of the planets. No," said Kaine. "People are speculating like hundreds of hours of gameplay and no." So Tim Kaine made it pretty clear that it's not going to be your everyday RPG that drags out for hours and hours, but I'm actually fine with that. The official website of Outer Worlds described the game as follows: "Lost in transit while on a colonist ship bound for the furthest edge of the galaxy, you awake decades later only to find yourself in the midst of a deep conspiracy. As you explore the furthest reaches of space and encounter various factions, all vying for power, the character you decide to become will determine how this player-driven story unfolds. In the corporate equation for the colony, you are the unplanned variable." Now, I must say this game really intrigues me, and I've heard some pretty good things from the people who are developing the game. I've also heard that the developers Obsidian are extremely passionate about the project, and that is always a good thing, because passionate developers usually deliver incredible games. I mean, look at projects like Red Dead Redemption 2 and The Witcher 3. So the fact that Obsidian is passionate about this game makes me believe that Outer Worlds will be an incredible single player experience, and I can't wait to play it. Up next we have Death Stranding. Death Stranding is an upcoming action game set in an open world environment that will also include multiplayer functions. The game is being developed by Kojima Productions and published by Sony Interactive Entertainment for the PlayStation 4. Death Stranding is an extremely strange game, but in a good way. After watching most of the gameplay trailers, I found it difficult to determine what this game will entail exactly. The director of the Metal Gear Solid movie, Jordan Vogt-Roberts, who has already played Death Stranding, said the game is amazing. He describes the game as a miracle and tweeted the following: "So Kojima let me play Death Stranding. The world is next level immaculate. It's like freebasing pure Kojima and Shinkawa. Remember when Fury Road blew you away but also made you, in the most best thankful way, ask what the fuck? How does this miracle exist? You are not ready." Jordan Vogt-Roberts wasn't the only person who saw the game in action. A few developers from Guerrilla Games also saw the game in action and was left speechless. One even tweeted the following: "Can't stop thinking about what I saw today. Intriguing, beautiful, touching, mysterious, amazing, artistic, thrilling, engaging, inspiring, and masterful. Hashtag Death Stranding." From that, I take it that the game is definitely going to blow us away. Just by looking at the trailers, one can tell it's not a game you see every day, which is why I think it's going to be incredible, and it's definitely something different. And that really excites me. Up next we have Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima is an upcoming action-adventure video game developed by Sucker Punch Productions and published by Sony Interactive Entertainment for the PlayStation 4. The game takes place during the first Mongol invasion of Japan and revolves around the last samurai on Tsushima Island. It is played from a third-person perspective and features a large open world that the player can explore freely. One of the features I love about the game is the fact that it won't feature any waypoints and the world can be explored without any guidance, which I think is pretty cool because it makes exploration so much more rewarding rewarding and exciting. Players can make use of a horse to explore the world and will also be equipped with a grappling hook to access areas that are difficult to reach. This is a game I've been wanting for a very long time, and if you're as excited as I am to play as a samurai, then this game is definitely for you. It looks really great and it's a PlayStation 4 exclusive, so you just know it's going to be incredible. And lastly, we have Cyberpunk 2077. Cyberpunk 2077 is probably the game I'm the most excited about because, well, it's CD Projekt Red. Cyberpunk 2077 is an upcoming role-playing video game developed and published by CD Projekt Red and is being released for PlayStation 4, Xbox One and Microsoft Windows. The game is adapted from Cyberpunk 2020, a tabletop game from 1988, but is set 57 years later in Night City, California. The game will feature an open world with 6 distinct regions. Played from a first-person perspective, players will assume the role of a customizable mercenary V who has an arsenal of ranged weapons and options for melee combat available to them, all of which can be modified. Players will be able to customize V's hair, sex, face, body type, background information and clothing, and will also have NPCs to their disposal for romantic and sexual relationships. Players will be able to explore Night City by foot or in a wide range of vehicles, and the game will also feature 3 fluid classes, a techie, a netrunner and a solo, all of which the player can branch into. The only thing about Cyberpunk 2077 I'm not sure of is the release date, as CD Projekt Red stated that they'll only release the game when it's ready. So you know you're going to get a good quality game, but that's what you get from CD Projekt Red anyway. So the game is either coming out this year or early 2020, but I'm hoping for a release this year. And with that, we've come to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and be sure to check these games out when they release. I know they'll be great.